Namaste, everyone. Welcome to Aurora Yoga. My name is Christina, and this is my dog, Pearl. Welcome to this month's New Moon Astro Intuitive Guidance Chat and Yoga Practice. But first and foremost, Happy New Year to everyone. Thank you for the well wishes. I got taken down by a super flu traveling up north, but I wouldn't take back my white Christmas for anything. I'm just happy to be here with you all now. So backing up quickly, January 3rd, we had a super full wolf moon in the water sign of Cancer. This was about tapping into our heightened emotions, really cultivating the seeds that were planted for big manifestations for the year ahead. However, we talked a lot the past couple months about being in the energy of the snake this past year, which was about shedding things, people, places, ideas, even just past versions of yourself. It's about evolving, moving forward, stepping into your light, asserting boundaries. We are not moving into the fire horse until February 17th. So you may still be in this process of shedding, or rather finalizing what you've been shedding and accepting that and being comfortable with that. Because with any kind of change, especially monumental, we're always going to have some feelings around this, and it affects us in all ways, emotionally, physically, mentally. But this new moon in Capricorn, which is going to be at peak illumination, it's a very potent new moon, by the way, on Sunday, January 18th at 2:52 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The best way to describe this new moon, it's really about fine-tuning your New Year's resolutions. Coming together with all of your ideas, your hopes, your dreams, your manifestations, this new skin after all this shedding. And you're basically building towards the long-term relationships, businesses, even ways of being in your highest good after lessons learned, after evolving out of certain stories. Like for example, we've all been through trauma in our life, some albeit more than others, but at the same time, you can't spend this short life focusing on what went wrong or how hurt you are. It's really about moving forward and trusting and finding happiness and, perhaps maybe helping others along the way. It's about just building that trust within yourself so that you can move forward, so that you can manifest your dreams. And this never comes from a space of fight or flight. Like, one of the biggest messages I got while I was sick and just in my whatever was, the answers or solutions or just that common ground we're all looking for. It's somewhere in the middle. It's not in this fight or flight mode. It's not, I'll use the example in, say, the far right or left. It's about being in the middle, coming together, even compromise within yourself. I wish that I didn't get sick and I didn't lose 2.5 weeks or whatever it was. I'm self-employed, I contract, but I have to chill and say, hey, Like, this is where I'm at. And, what did I learn from this experience? The short answer, a lot, like a real lot. It gave me an opportunity to really look at, some things I was getting ready to do for this new year and how I want to fine tune these things and, moving forward, what's important. Like I said, this life is very, very short. And before you know it, time goes by so, so fast. This potent new moon really sets that stage for small things that eventually manifest into big shifts. This could be as simple as committing to a 5-minute morning meditation when you wake up in the morning. Then say you build that up to 15, 20 minutes. It's about having that space at the end of the day to restore yourself, to release. That could come in the form of journaling, taking a walk, even just having a relaxing cup of tea, a glass of wine, whatever it is for you. And then somewhere in the middle, finding a way to keep this momentum going while you're trusting that once we move into the middle of February, everything you've been planting, cultivating, healing, evolving, working through is about to not only come to fruition, but you're going to go forward pretty quickly. It's really about trusting the space in between and just knowing there's no rush, there's no force. This is about the gift of time. Like this channel, for example, this could be up in the super thousands by now. I've had this channel for over a year now, and almost 2 next spring. But it's about quality versus quantity and building something that's going to continue to grow and evolve, but will also be substantial and long lasting. There's no happiness that comes from things that happen really fast for you, whether it's success, money. I mean, you see people who win the lottery and then they're like out of luck in like 6 months or 7 months because there's no planning, there's no appreciating, there's no understanding that. But just really understanding and trusting your powerful blueprint. This is the best way I can finalize this. And investing that trust. Long-term investment, so investing in yourself in whatever capacity that is. That is where you become everything. That is where you just become happy and you just feel fulfilled because you've moved through all this other BS in your life. You've kind of wiped away the cobwebs, what's no longer serving you, and you're focused on trusting yourself and your future. We're going to have a very grounding practice today. Props are not required, but you may want them. You may want to pause the video and grab some blocks if you have them handy, or some blankets, even a bolster. And let's get started. With the center of the mat, knee towards the back in Malasana. So our first grounding posture. Take your feet to the outer edges of the mat. Make sure the knees and the feet are pointing in the same direction. Here you can sit on a block or a bolster. Bring the hands to heart center. Close the eyes. You can sway a little bit from side to side. Bring a little fluidity to the hip crease. Closing the eyes. And perhaps whispering to yourself, I build my life with patience and integrity. I build my life with patience and integrity. Open your eyes, release your fingertips to the mat, and slowly crawl your way into a wide-legged child's pose. If you'd like to take this supported and you have a pillow or a bolster at home, you can grab one, place it right in between the thighs, and then gently melt yourself down. Keep the hips on the heels, soften through the upper body, and start to take a few deep breaths in and out through the nose, allowing yourself on the exhalations to soften and to surrender. Maybe notice some areas where you may be holding tension, whether it's the upper back or the shoulders. Just allow yourself to melt. Perhaps whispering to yourself, I trust the timing of my healing and growth. I trust the timing of my healing and growth. Press into the palms. Gently lift yourself up. If you chose support, just please move it to the side. Coming into tabletop. Bring the wrists in line with shoulders. Knees about hip width distance. Untuck the toes. Set the gaze softly at one spot. And just gently sway from side to side. Just adding some fluidity to the joints. Moving slowly like water. Coming back to stillness. Right foot steps right in between the hands, grounding that foot. Just come up into a little runner's lunge. Right palm on the knee, left palm planted on top. Relax the shoulders back. And gently start to press the right thigh forward as you draw the left leg back. Soften the gaze. Breathe. Slowly release the hands from the knees. Spread the fingers wide. Come into a little cactus. Slowly start to lift the heart. Gaze up to the sky. Staying grounded. Staying focused. As you slowly come back to neutral, release the hands down. Release the right leg back. Other side, left foot steps. Right in between the hands. Take your time coming up. Gently press into the left knee as you draw the thigh forward. Right thigh back. Relax the shoulders. Set the gaze softly. Slowly start to release the hands from the knees. Spread the fingers wide. Once again, heart open. Gaze up. Find your edge. Opening the heart. Opening the throat. Release. Draw the left leg back. Release the hands down. Bring the wrists back in line with shoulders. Let's move through this 3 rounds of cat and cow. The inhale, head lifts, chest lifts, gaze lifts. Slow exhalation out, hollow out the back, gaze out of the belly button. Again, inhale. Exhale. Last one. And let it go. Come back to neutral spine. We're going to step the right foot right outside the right hand. Untuck the left toes. Take the right hand inside the right knee and just gently press it open. Grounding down into the earth, finding stability as you gently press the hip open. No force. Release. Release the right leg back. Other side, step the left foot outside the left hand. Take the left hand inside the left knee. Gently press it open. Once again, no force. Nice and simple. Release. We're going to draw the right leg in front, moving into half pigeon. Take your time, setting it up. Try to seal any gaps underneath the right thigh. Maybe find some support, maybe for the forehead. And soften. Gently press yourself up, transitioning to the other side. Once again, sealing any gaps under the left thigh, the best that you can, then allowing yourself to melt down. Completely surrendering, but staying anchored at the same time. Press yourself up. I'm going to extend the legs out in front. If you'd like support, you can place a block or a pillow right on the legs. So we come into a forward fold. Just allow gravity to do the work here. You can just bring the chin to the chest. You don't necessarily have to have the support. This practice is about grounding and surrendering at the same time. Slowly unwind. Remove any props out of the way. Make your way onto your back. Once you get there, you can hug the knees into your chest. Maybe give yourself a nice squeeze, grabbing opposite elbows, or wherever you can grab. Try to root down top of head, through the sacrum, and rock a little bit side to side, giving yourself a nice little back massage. Coming back to center. Extend the legs up to the sky for waterfall. Relax the shoulders into the mat. Close the eyes. A little mantra you can say to yourself. This is one of my favorites. I trust, I believe, I digest life, with ease. I trust, I believe, I digest life with ease. You can close the eyes. You can bring right hand to the belly, left hand, place it over the heart space. Bend the knees. Kiss the soles of the feet together. You can keep the hands where they are and lower down into a butterfly shape. Really press into the soles of the feet. Feel that connection. Relax the upper body into the mat. Allow gravity to do the work. Slowly draw the knees together. Once they touch, walk the feet to the outer edges of the mat. You'll form like a little teepee. Really ground down to all four corners of the feet. Release the arms down by your side. Hug the knees into the chest. Take the arms out into a cactus. And drop the knees over to the left as you gaze to the right, bringing out the spine. Back through center, other side, gazing left. Back through center. Release the legs nice and long. Take them as wide as you like. Let the feet naturally splay out to the side. Arms down by your side, palms facing up. For your final Shavasana, closing your eyes. And as always, yogis, you can stay in your final Shavasana as long as you like. Think to yourself, what's the best way you can invest in yourself long-term right now by taking the smallest step? That's it. I hope you enjoyed your new moon practice. Namaste. I will see you very soon for bedtime yoga.